Welcome to What Is. Today, we tackle something you probably swatted away last night, or maybe just ignored. What is a moth? We use the word moth like it's a generic nuisance. It's the bland, brown cousin of the glamorous butterfly. When we think of a butterfly, we think of meadows and sunshine. When we think of a moth, we think of dust, darkness, and holes in our favorite wool sweater. But here is the foundational fact. Moths are not just butterflies that missed their curfew. They are the true rulers of the lepidopteran world. For every one species of butterfly flitting around in the daytime, there are roughly 9 species of moth waiting patiently for the sun to go down. The world contains about 18,000 known species of butterfly, which sounds impressive, until you realize we have catalogued over 160,000 species of moth. Moths outnumber their colorful relatives by a factor of 10. They are the silent majority. So, how do you tell the two apart? Besides the obvious fact that one is trying to drink your beer at dusk, it comes down to 3 key things. First, antennae. Butterflies have thin, slick antennae that end in a little ball or club. Moths generally have fuzzy, feathered, and complex antennae. They look like tiny, ornate televisions attempting to receive satellite signals. Second, how they park. When a butterfly rests, it tends to hold its wings vertically, like 2 pages of an open book. When a moth rests, it usually tents its wings horizontally over its body, like a little stealth bomber. And finally, of course, the time slot. Butterflies are diurnal. They work the day shift. Moths are usually nocturnal. They are the night crew, the graveyard shift, fueled by shadows and confusion. The myth of the ugly sister. The common perception of the moth is a dull, drab creature designed solely in shades of beige and brown. This is a cruel libel spread by the propaganda department of the butterfly lobby. Moths offer a breathtaking array of colors, scale structures, and sheer size. We are talking about the Atlas moth of Southeast Asia, which boasts a wingspan of 10 inches, bigger than your face, and is often mistaken for a snake when resting. We are talking about the stunning rosy maple moth, which looks like it was dipped in cotton candy. And while we're addressing stereotypes, let's talk about that hole in your sweater. Only a tiny fraction of moth species, specifically the larvae of the clothes moth, actually eat clothes. And they don't even eat the fabric itself. They eat the residue of sweat, oil, and spilled food that is clinging to the natural fibers. They are, essentially, tiny, accidental dry cleaners. The adult moths you see bouncing off your porch light are overwhelmingly not interested in your wardrobe. In fact, many large species, like the magnificent giant silk moths, don't even have functioning mouths. They live for only about a week, surviving entirely on energy reserves they built up as caterpillars. Their sole purpose in their adult phase is to locate a mate, reproduce, and politely expire. Senses and secrets. The sophistication of the moth's sensory equipment is staggering. Remember those complex, fuzzy antennae? They aren't just for show. They are highly tuned chemical detection devices. A male moth can detect a single molecule of a female moth's pheromone from miles away. It's the ultimate long-distance relationship. And in the evolutionary arms race, nature equipped moths with astonishing acoustic camouflage. When a bat approaches the moth's natural predator, the moth doesn't just rely on its coloring. Many species have specialized scales that absorb the bat's sonar clicks, essentially turning them invisible to sound. But perhaps the most famous moth mystery is the baffling relationship with light. Why does a creature designed for the darkness perpetually throw itself headfirst into a patio lamp? Scientists admit they still don't have a unified answer, But the leading theory is that artificial light interferes with a crucial navigational mechanism called transverse orientation. Moths evolved orienting themselves using reliable, distant light sources like the moon or stars. They keep these massive light sources at a fixed angle to their eye as they fly in a straight line. A porch light is close, localized, and far too bright. When the moth tries to maintain that fixed angle to the bulb, the resulting flight path is a continuous, tightening spiral. They aren't trying to hug the bulb. They are simply attempting to fly straight, and the lamp keeps making them take an immediate left turn. It's an unavoidable, fatal error in navigation driven by hardwired instinct. The ecosystem's engine. If we can move past the wardrobe threat and the porch light confusion, we recognize that moths are indispensable. They are critical pollinators. Many flowers, specifically those that bloom at night and are too specialized for bees, rely entirely on the moth. The yucca plant, for instance, has a symbiotic relationship that requires the tiny yucca moth to survive. They are also the single most important food source in the terrestrial ecosystem. Every bird, every bat, every small mammal, from the moment its life begins, owes a debt to the moth and its highly nutritious caterpillar form. They are the protein shake of the wild world. And of course, they gave us silk. For millennia, the larvae of the tiny Bombyx mori, the domesticated silkworm moth, was the basis of global trade and luxury. So the next time one of these silent, velvet-winged rulers of the night bounces off your window, take a moment before you shoo it away. You are looking at a master of chemical detection, an acoustic stealth expert, an essential pollinator, and a creature that has mastered the night in 160,000 different ways. They may not be as catchy as the butterfly, but they are certainly more complex. What natural phenomenon do you want us to tackle next? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed diving into the amazing world of the moth, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. We've got plenty more What Is content coming soon. Thanks for watching.